There we go. How you guys doing? Having a little technical difficulty today. Happy Saturday. I just wanted to do a quick update and just sort of touch base with you guys. Been under the weather all week. Been very busy at work, but just wanted to you know, hang out for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to be on long. Been a long day. Mm. And finally, I'm starting to get my voice back a little bit. So I want you guys to really light up this comment section. I want some ideas. I want some of your thoughts. I know I always hear this, and this is one thing that gets me sort of frustrated. I will put out for like weeks. Hey, let me know what questions you want me to ask. Let's say, for example, JP Backwell of Ilus. We're going to do a live Q&A or a Q&A. I hope to do a live Q&A. But let me know what questions you want me to ask. And I don't hear from anybody. And the minute I have him on and I ask a dozen plus questions and he'll give thorough answers, maybe sometimes they're not to the liking of like what you want, I hear, well, you should have asked this or you should have asked that. Well, you should have given me the suggestion ahead of time. That's sort of what this is all about. So you're right, CEO. I would love that. I've reached out to them, and let's see. And anybody that knows and anybody that has followed me for the last year plus knows that I am absolutely fair to the people that come on, and it really is their platform to share information. So I'm not going to beg people to come on. It's an open platform. It's a very fair platform. So, and do I? Obviously, there is some. I'm a little biased to some of the stocks that I like that I'm in long, but I don't hesitate to look objectively at things. And so back to the Isla situation, a lot of people could talk about. Well, you should have asked this or you should have asked that. Why don't you ask this? Guys, get me the questions ahead of time, and I'll format them appropriately for the Q&A. All right. That's what it's all about. And hopefully, if I get some of these guys in live and like, we're going to talk a little Igpk in a second. And I literally have nothing prepared today. I just said, I had a cup of coffee. That's what it was. I was feeling motivated. When you have that like cup of coffee at like, I don't know, 4 p.m. and you're going to regret it at 8 at night. This is what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be up all night, but damn, this coffee is really good. Mm. Yes, no bourbon on a Saturday night. It's very, very weird, but I'm trying a new thing. So yeah, I mean, this is it. Get me the questions ahead of time. I hope that when we get these guys on, you guys ask questions of substance. And so think about these things ahead of time. Guys, welcome. Brian, Jord, good morning. I know you're a couple hours behind me, but it's late afternoon. I think you're 3 or 4 hours behind. So, but no, I hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, so RITE, I did get shares of RITE. I'm going to talk about a couple of shares or companies today. One lotto play that I'm actually getting in, but yeah, there's so much to talk about. Lots happening. I mean, listen, I know with a lot of these stocks, we're just waiting. You're waiting on news. You're waiting for updates. You're waiting for the economy to turn around. You're waiting for an influx of money. But the truth is, an influx of cash isn't going to happen like it did in 2021. It just didn't. People aren't getting handouts. People wanted to be day traders overnight, and it just doesn't happen. And I was one of those people that got extra money. I was like, I'm gonna start learning how to lose it because essentially that's what I did because I had no idea what I was doing. And like I said, I always tell you guys this: I'm a work in progress. That's why I'm having Sam Aker on tomorrow. That is why I'm having him on, so I can learn, and anybody that wants to learn about a 10K can. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. Yes, Dvlp is. I really like the stock. I like the structure. I like the communication with the CEO. I would love to have Stravos on. That would be cool. But they have a lot they have to get done, and they're awaiting filing. So, Red Wing, Jamie, all you guys, welcome back to the BFC. And like I said, I'm totally unprepared, just enjoying a cup of coffee. Wanted to touch base with you guys, but I do have some things to share. We're gonna talk kegs. that's my new thing. I was looking for like a nice lotto play, and so I'm like, well, KEGS. Actually, Tom Stein brought that one to me, and so like a while ago, and so I just started looking into it. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, J7 Cars. I heard Ilus is no longer penny stock exempt. Doesn't that mean a possible QB listing? I don't know. We'll see what happens. That'd be great. I think it's well earned. And they're definitely I wish they would take that QB route. It's one step up, but like JP said, it might not even be necessary to do that. So that could be one thing if I have him on in the next couple weeks that I'm definitely going to bring up is the penny stock exempt status. And I'll tell you right now, yep. Uh, I'll tell you that, and Egal sort of said this nicely, and I'm paraphrasing this, but it's not like getting that tag on there like was an epiphany for the share price. Oh my gosh, we're soaring now. It didn't do anything for it. And its removal hasn't done anything for it. So I think the QB would be a great option for them. I hope that is indicative of them going to the QB and sort of distancing themselves from the pink sheets. I'm totally on the team Ilus, obviously, but they have a lot of work to do. They've made mistakes along the way. People bitch about whether or not they communicate all the time for every step that they do. Then the minute they're quiet and only delivering, on the filings, delivering on actual substance, and people are complaining then. So I think you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that's why I always said I always like getting the updates. I like hearing what's going on. There's a lot going on with these guys. And I'm not going to just jump into Ilus yet, because anybody that has followed this channel knows that I that was the first stock I covered, obviously. And I'm not just throwing out random plays. I'm throwing out stocks that I'm actually interested in, that I'm considering investing in or have invested in. A lot of you guys, a lot of people have reached out to me, and by a lot I mean like a couple, but a lot for me being the little guy. And they've said, well, why are you covering it if you're not involved in it? One, I have a channel that I want to cover the things that you guys are interested in. Two, I want to find stocks that I could look into investing in long term. And in this market, I'm looking for stocks that I could make some quick money as well, too, because I want to flip them into the investments that I like long term, like Ilus and CYBL, because I'm going to be buying CYBL on Monday. Oh, wait, I cannot buy CYBL on Monday, but whatever. I think that's going to happen when it does. Can't wait for the lotto play. Yep. Can't wait for the lotto play. So yeah, I hope you guys are having I hope you had a great week. Hope you're having a great day. Let's see here. I'm just gonna do my little screen share thing. I'm looking at my other chat. All right, let's jump on right now. So let me Yeah, J7. We will see what happens. I mean, who knows? I'm just sort of, it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's nothing we could do about it. Most of the only thing that is in our hands is to buy and sell. I mean, and do our research. Well, that's the. Let me back up. All right, that's the most important thing that is in our hands. Our ability to do due diligence. All right, then we pull the trigger to buy, and then we have to figure out whether or not we want to ride it out, and then we sell or don't sell. Whatever, or trim back, or however we do it. So our plan is what we have going for ourselves. We cannot control what these companies do at the end of the day. That's just it. There's a lot that's out of our hands. So, all right, let's do this. First, Sam Aker, get on his website. I like this guy because he really writes some objective articles. Sometimes I read his stuff and I'm like, oh man, I wish you didn't say that, or like that doesn't, I don't like that. But he just comes at it, and I like it. That's what I like about having of reading his articles and just following him. And I can't wait to have him on. And if you guys are sort of new at this, if you guys want to learn more about it, I like this tab that he has here, Guide to Micro Cap Stock Analysis. And he has this is an ongoing series right here. I'm very excited to announce my newest article series, Guide to Micro Cap Stock Analysis. So click on these things and take a read. Mine as well. It's all there. And he's working, I guess we're waiting on step 5, determine growth prospects. So there's a lot of learning that is going to be done tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that. So that's that. Just get on his website, show the guy some support. And, I look forward to having him on. And I'm going to release the video probably around like in the afternoon, maybe around like 5 or 6. And I will be breaking it up into sections as well, based on topics. So, all right. So the lotto play that I have that I'm in on now is Kegs. And being a big fan of breweries, local breweries, Hamburg Brewing Company, which is literally 10 minutes away from my house. I love it. It's a good brewery, and I like supporting local businesses. But this one was brought to me by Tom Sign, and I said, it was about a month ago or so, and so I just sort of started looking into it. I'm not a Kegs genius here. I could drink the beer really well, And I actually want to do some live comparisons. So I want to actually get their product and do some live tastings on the show. And I will be letting you guys know when I do that. This is a fun one. This is just a fun one for no reason whatsoever, except I like beer. Yeah, I'm not going to go on the Brett Kavanaugh. I like beer. I like beer. That was great. There were some great skits with that guy. So I like beer. I still like beer. And hopefully Kegs share price makes me not want to drink more beer. No, I'm seriously, guys, though. This is totally a fun play for me. And I went in a 0001, obviously, and we're just going to see what happens with it. There's two ways it could go, up or dead. So whatever. That's my lotto play. Has a market cap of $500,000, so it's a really low market cap. There's nothing going on there. High outstanding shares. It's your typical OTC ticker, 3.6 billion float, and but this thing could move. I mean, it does have a lot of volume, but we're gonna see what happens with it. It is what it is. I'm just sort of like just. I got sell orders in, for 2, for 3. And this is one of those ones where, like, if it moves, I would totally retain like 1,000,000 shares just to hold on to, just to see what the hell happens. So let me get back to the chat right here. Just real quick. Yes, Kegs, 52-week lows. Yeah. That's it. I know when he wrote about CYBL, I thought he was negative. Yeah, I think he's looking at it, especially from an SEC standpoint, in which that file or that filing wouldn't have cut it for SEC. So, there he is, Thompson. This is why I called you earlier. By the way, I was going to try and make sure that you were on today. So yeah, we're this is a fun one for me. We're just gonna have some fun with it, and it recently hit a 001. That's why I put out that poll. I just want to see what what your guys' thoughts were. But back to what Brian's saying, I looked at what he said, and I look at it from his perspective and his lens. And quite frankly, obviously, it didn't suffice because they're not paying current. And you know what? And I love CYBL. I like what they're doing. I think they've grown the company immensely. I think it's going to be a smashing stock. I really, really do. And this is gut wrenching for all of us, all the people that have been even investing for the last 2 years. And I'm relatively early in the game. I'm almost on long-term capital gains with it. But yeah, we want to see this thing ping current, and we want to see this thing fly. I want to see these guys, and I'm serious when I say this. I want to see these guys do share buybacks right out of the gate. I want to see them disclose all the information, all the contracts, the ones that they can, because I know they're under disclosure for certain contracts. But I want to see what they've been working on, because I think the news. I think maybe they have an acquisition in the works. I would think for the manufacturing of all these things that they're going to be supplying to these countries. I think that the stock price is going to move hard and fast. But on with it already. It's sort of like, like tailgating at a Bills game all day and just getting completely annihilated. And then you wake up in a chair somewhere and there's a fire in front of you and you never made it into the game. Some guy's screaming, running up through the parking lot with his hair on fire. I'm not speaking from experience, I promise. Um, though it wouldn't shock me if that happened at a Bills game. So listen, that's just my thoughts on CYBL. I mean, it's a waiting game right now. In my opinion, there's only one way to go but up. The fact that the share price is sustaining itself, is because a lot of people are just locked in with their shares. They're not going to sell come hell or high water. I'm one of those people. I'll go down with the ship. I don't care. But the Canadian traders have kept this thing pretty active. And I think if they really hit this thing out of the gate, that would be really, really nice. That would be nice. Let me know your comments below. I'm going to go back to the screen share, and I want to talk a little bit about my perception with Ilus. Let me grab some water first. Woo! I hope you guys are having a good day. Seriously. I need to do more of these randoms because there's so much to talk about. And if you guys have any information you want to share, who's in on Dvlp? They have a community. They have a Telegram. Actually, speaking of which, if you guys are on Twitter, check this guy out, Mr. Hobbs. Mr. Hobbs right here. Let me just do the Twitter. All right. let's go to his there he is. Oilerman Hockey. All right. Get on this guy's Twitter page and follow him. He is on top of DVLP like white on rice. Yeah, I said it. But no, seriously, if you want in, I actually really like the stock. I think that if they had 4 acquisitions that they're showing up or they're closing up, I'm sorry, that they got in December, the revenues for those just in December alone, I think was 5 million. I might be correct, but I guess these 4 companies combined did 100 million in 2022, and that's set to increase. And they have other acquisitions in the works here too. So, but they're putting those on hold because they want to solidify these four acquisitions. If that is the case, it's a slam dunk at these prices because they are completely undervalued at this point. And not to mention, in a month, we're going to have Q1 reporting coming out. So, get on this guy's Twitter and follow him. So just do that if you're interested in getting in on this one. I'm following the guy. I wanted to get in on this one in the threes. I don't want to say missed the boat, but I'm not going to chase. I absolutely refuse to chase. I've learned the hard way too many times, and that's just it. If I miss it, I miss it. But I'm still going to cover it because some of my followers are invested in DVLP, and I'll continue to cover it. And I wish you guys total crazy success with this one, like 100%. I hope you guys get a slam dunk. Totally do. And it looks like if these things come to fruition, if those acquisitions are solidified and they have more in the works, they're going to be over 100 million in revs for 2023. And you guys just hit a home run and are looking at a 10xer. So let's talk Ilus real quick. Now, listen, I want to see questions in the comment section. What do you want me to ask JP if I have him on again? If he's nice enough to have to visit the BFC and let me interview him again and ask him some questions, which, he's been a great guest. Anytime I've had a question, sometimes I throw him on a whim and I just throw a question at him. He's very, very, he's very accommodating. So, and, I hope they have him on live so that way you guys could ask the questions. But, we're sitting at 4 cents. Is this where we want to be? No, they're not happy with the share price. And, I hear the term dilution being thrown around left and right. This isn't a company that is just throwing shares out there left and right with no purpose whatsoever. If you look at everything that they have done, very few shares have been added, and they've really tamed it as nicely as they possibly could. And so when they do have to add shares, when they do have to clear toxic debt and they have none now, to get a better deal with someone else. And if you look at my interview with JP before, he'll tell you right out that financing is drying up. And so there are very limited options, but they're doing what's right. And it shows in the annual results. This isn't a company going underwater. This is a company that does have profit. They have a lot of, actually, let's look at what they have. Why don't I just stop droning about it? Ultimate Trader put this on and I covered this before. This is just a thing where, like, you're going to have people that are irritated by the pullback in share price. I think the share price sucks. Anybody that bought into Ilus and knows what they're worth and knows what they're doing and knows what they're capable of and knows how they're the global events and the global market sentiment, how it's impacting their ability to execute certain things. Yeah, you don't think they're pissed at their valuation? I mean, but look at all, like 90% of stocks over the last year, there's been an absolute retracement. And that's just the truth. Now, have they handled everything 100% perfect? They'll be the first to admit that they haven't been perfect on everything, but they've done a lot right. And so I don't think they're trying to burn us. If they wanted to do that, they could have done it a long time ago. They could have really diluted, and then they could have just ran a reverse split and said, see ya. So look at what sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but am I? I'm just speaking the truth. Let's look at what this, company has done. 595% revenue increases over 2021. You can't say, oh, that's because of QIND. They're a part of the Ilus umbrella now. So if you are complaining, yes, does it have its own ticker? Yes. I mean, it's not directly related share price wise, but it is going to be eventually because they report all the revenues. Ilus gets to report all of this. That's the whole point. And guess what? If QIND pisses you off, you better go taking a hike because guess what? It's going to happen with ERT. It's going to happen with Hyperion. They're going to build a subsidiaries all over the place. They're going to have a monster conglomerate in which all the revenues get they get reported to Ilus, the parent company. So eventually, Ilus is going to be so undervalued where when a strong market return, when an economy returns, when global functionality returns, guess what? It's going to catch up rather quickly. So, and that's the thing. I think for those of you that got in QIND, I'm not in QIND. I wish I would have. I called it at 28. That was a great, when WSFT closed out, it was at 28. That was a great solid point to get in. It consolidated very nicely in that range. But I'm not complaining about that. And if you're an Ilus shareholder, you should be applauding them for having a subsidiary that's doing what they're doing. So, and like I said, if it pisses you off, it's not the only one. All right. Because they're going to do it with ERT. And if ERT, man, I have my thoughts on ERT. Personally, I think it's going to be E1. I'm actually going to jump on something right here in a second to show you why I think they're going to acquire E1. And I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. But look at what they got going on. Let's look at where all the dilution is. All right. They're adding shares, but they're retaining value. All right. I'm fired up. The coffee is kicking in. You got coffee E-Rock tonight. Oh, yeah. All right. 2022 revenue, 78.3 million. Net profit, 4.5 million. Yes, the profit margin needs to increase. But if the ERT acquisition happens, that is going to resolve a lot of that because they can expand their markets into the U.S. market even more so. All right, 2022 revenue run rate, 140 million. That's the Q4 annualized. That's not saying that they did 140 million in all of 2022. It's just the run rate. And it's a pretty damn good run rate for a company that has only been at it for 2 years. All right, total assets, $250 million. Nothing to see there, right? 2023 annual revenue forecast, 200 million. I apologize, Nick and JP. Additional business progress highlights. 2021 and 22 audits completed. SEC reporting and penny stock exempt. Expansion to 11 companies in the group. This isn't one company, and that is going to grow. Expect that to be like 20 by the end of the year. I'm hoping. That'd be great. Don't take my word for it. I'm wrong a lot. Ask my wife. She'll tell you that. 150 million in existing purchase orders. No, God love her. She's great. Increase to over 10 million square feet in facilities and workforce of over 1,200. All right. A lot of that is QIND. Now, I want you to put this in perspective right now. Here I am. All right. 10 million square feet. We still have Serbia to deal with. That is impacted by the Chinese, the Ukraine conflict, the Russia conflict, like the whole situation, the whole disaster over there right now. And if you think that's a rather valid excuse, to not being able to solidify, occupation of the site, it's very frustrating for them. You think they just want to stall their business, but they're not stopping what they're doing. They're continuing about their business. They're building ERT, Hyperion's, becoming more prevalent, replay solutions. That's going to be a thing too. So I don't know. Yes, I'm going on an Ilus tangent, and I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it. And the new headquarters in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. This is the thing. And it's sort of funny, and I got to laugh at this. And I'm going to call is Jimbo with me right now? All right. I want to know, and I got to pick on my brother a little bit because we looked at the eagle video. All right. I'm just sorry. I feel like disconnected from you guys. I'm back. Hi. So, this is the whole thing. And this is what really bugs me. He goes like this. I go, it's a real company. It's headquartered in Dubai. They have real offices. And so Eagle literally went there, met JP. He actually toured the facility. Great video. It was awesome. Search it up on YouTube. I'm sure if you ask Eagle on Twitter, he'd gladly share it with you. He would. All right. So he goes, well, why are they wasting all the money on a big office? Oh, man. Why? If this was a garage in South Florida, and the question would be, well, why is the office in a garage? It's obviously a scam. You can't please the negative thinker in this world. Why is the office so big? Why is the office so small? Oh my God! But they don't have an office. Well, they need an office. Oh, but okay. So I think it's best to let the people that are running the business make those decisions. All right. Now, yes, this is the OTC. People get burned all the time because most of these businesses aren't any business of substance. It's just the fact. All right. But we are lucky enough to have companies like Ilus, like Cybl, hopefully DVLP, they're going to show up their acquisitions. Companies with products, companies with revenue, companies with contracts, companies with global outreach. And this is all during a recession. If these guys are putting up revenues, okay, like this in a recession, if they're still managing, even with the hindrance over there in Serbia, if they're still able to do all of this in a recession and still able to finagle their way into the U.S. market with other acquisitions and really put their footprint and build on stone and not sand, like JP said, I mean, when the economy returns, when global sentiment returns, when all these crappy things happen, stop. I think that we're going to have positioned ourselves nicely. That's just how I feel. And I know I just got to say it because, nobody likes where the share price is at now. I think it sucks, like I said, but it is what it is. But it's not like they're sitting there with their thumb up their ass doing nothing. They're still building their business, and they've had a 600% increase year over year. Come on. I mean, it's no brainer. It's no brainer. And I just can't. I just can't. I better stop drinking the coffee. How you guys doing? Let me check the chat. Greg, nice to have you. Oh, yeah, Tom signed. If you missed it, the lotto plate is Kegs. Shares were actually executing at 1 this Friday. And so that's why I totally went in on that. Why not? That's cheers. I think DVLP is one of the biggest sleepers, in my opinion. I agree. I absolutely agree. If they're doing what they're doing, and then building and getting those acquisitions, game over. I think that let's take a look right here. What is the market look like? I think it was like 250 billion for that field. I'm not. I need the word. I can't think of the word right now. But either way, the market, basically, not the market. My God, I look really stupid right now. You know what I'm trying to say, Brian. If you could think of it, basically, they're entering a very lucrative market, is what I'm trying to say. I just can't think of the word that I want to use. Sorry. Sunballer, nice to have you. Yeah, I am hyped up. You know what? It's the new diet. I gotta get into summer mode here. I gotta stop eating and drinking the bad stuff and sort of just drink coffee all day long. No, but no, this is really damn good coffee. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and who would have thought it came from a Keurig? Coffee. Do you guys drink coffee? Yes or no? I need to talk about coffee real quick before I go on to the next thing I want to talk about. Yeah, coffee. Anybody frequent a Crosby's? Because I'm gonna go on the Crosby's tangent because it grinds the beans right there and does the whole thing. For me, that is new. So I get to drive on the way to work and have literally a fresh cup of coffee. And so I've been going on this tangent lately about how much I love Crosby's coffee. It's so good. And it really sets my tone. And you know what? Cheers to Crosby's. How about that? Yeah. And sometimes I frequent on the way back and eat pizza pie, I stopped that this week. No more pizza pie on the way home. It's easy to grab a slice on the ride. I have an hour commute. For those of you that don't know, like I work about an hour away. So I do a lot of reading, not reading. I do a lot of listening, audiobook. Love my coffee. Yes. Cheers to you, Sunballer. Yes. We need a coffee lotto play. Hey, you know what? Find it. we got a beer lotto play. Get a coffee lotto play. Why the hell not? This is a time like to sort of sit back, especially like you guys have known that I look for the long-term investments. I really do. But getting into it, you can't help but go in on I wish I could get in on more. If I could go in on DVLP tomorrow, I would. Triple DX is another one that's great. I'm looking to get into their preferred. I'm going to reach out to their investor relations and I'm going to try and get in because I like Nick Coriano. I think that he's inspiring. He's an energetic guy. And I go, man, I want to invest in that guy. I like investing in people. I like investing in ideas. I like to see things for what they're worth. That's why I like Ilus, because I got a chance to meet Nick and JP. Anytime I've even talked to JP off camera before we do an interview, I could tell the quality of person he is, and that matters a lot to me, is the quality of character there. So, Red Winger, you may have asked in the past, I was wondering if Ilus embracing blockchain tech in any of their formats, real estate. I have not heard anything like that. So, but you know what? I'll throw that out there. Why the hell not? It's a question. I'm sure he'd answer it because if the answer is no, then it's no. So yeah, I'll ask that. I'll ask that next time. So Ilus embracing blockchain. I don't think it's a thing, but hey, you never know. We've seen crazy things. You know what? They have replay solutions. They're renewables. I think they're really trying to line things up. DDDX. Yeah, I'm hoping with a bonus. I am gonna do. I'm gonna get into talk to their investor relations and get into them long term because you know what, this is what we want to do. And they recently got a certification, and let me just share that real quick. Now that we're talking triple DX, actually, I'll just go here. Okay, see, I'll tell you guys, just do the DD. Boom. It's all right here. And trust me, I make a lot of mistakes. I'm still learning. That's why I can't wait to have Sam Aker on. And I'm going to do a lot of listening. I'm not going to do a lot of talking. So let's look at their recent, recent news. This is what I'm talking about right here. So it's the Joint Certification Program is the only DoD Department of Defense agency that reviews and certifies, which is a requirement for companies to do business with the Defense Logistics Agency, DLA, as an approved vendor. Once approved for JCP certification, 3DX Industries Incorporated will be able to conduct business with the DLA as an approved vendor, which requires NIST requires an NIST score. They missed an N there. To access proposals in the defense sector. And Mr. Harold Blackwell. I'd like to have him on too. I'd like to have him. Hey, Nick, if you're listening or watching, I'd like to have you and Harold on. That'd be a great conversation. We are delighted to have received a successful NIST score and to be eligible for JCP certification. This is a significant achievement for our company, and we are eager to pursue business opportunities with the DLA. So you can see why I want to get in with these guys, in the next month or so, because time's a ticking, and I think that they're going to start lining things up. I mean, that's something to be excited about, is just finding these companies that are really networking appropriately. And I do like the Department of Defense thing too. So I think that's, for me, like to have those contracts, continual, that's great. That's why I'm hoping that CYBL strains up, that's a whole thing. I want CYBL. Oh my God. I'm not going to go on it again. I already went on a tangent earlier. So that's all I got. That's all I got, man. I hope you guys are doing good. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to finish this coffee. I'm going to be wired all night. All right. All right, guys. But any other comments, questions, or concerns, put them in the chat below. I'll respond to anything right now if you guys got anything. Who else was in here with us? We got Chicken. Hello, Chicken. Jord. Jesus Hernandez. Welcome. Jamie. Welcome. Well, the welcome was a while ago. I really blew that. I missed a couple of these guys. Sorry. I'm getting better. I'm getting a little better at this. I'm just, far and few between. I don't get a chance to do this as much as I really want, to be honest. So GHAV would be the coffee play. Well, let's look at it. Why not? GHAV. All right, 002. Pull back. All right, just like every other freaking company in the last 12 months. Let's see. Where were we at? It's established nicely right here. They have resistance, it looks like. They're pretty consistent across the board there. Yeah. If they break that resistance, that'd be nice. I would try to catch a dip. Right about there, maybe 18. Let's take a look at any news they have. All right. 123 was their last news update. Finalizes letter of intent for land venture. Land and licensing play. I'm going to dig through this one a little bit. Oh, let's see. Financial, actually disclosure. Sorry. That's what I meant. Annual report on time. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's 22. Okay. Sorry. Need new glasses. And this is when Sam Aker comes into play. Okay, this is why, I'm clicking on this right now. I have 52 pages of this, right? What the hell am I looking for? What am I looking for that is indicative of success or failure? So we're going to go through that, and I can't wait. I'm very, very excited. I'm going to have a notebook out. I'm going to take notes. I got notes, baby. Yeah, so we're gonna talk. I'll dig into this one. A lot of share issues. I like charts. Julia Sarah, Chief Operating Officer. I'm gonna look that one up. All right, total assets increased 2 million. Shoulder deficit. Where am I looking for right here? Well, it's less of a loss than last year. Revenues increased 3 million. Cost of goods sold, gross profit, operating expenses. Gotta love the operating expenses. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, and that's one thing I've learned about, like, even in the real estate game that I'm learning. I had to take all that course stuff, and I finally finished it. But I gotta laugh because you know, your gross could be nice, but your man, I'm telling you, the profit, that's where it's at. But the operating expenses kill you. You know what I mean? So that's the sucky part, is when you have all those operating expenses. If you have like a rental property or an investment property, and your gross is nice, but you know what? You have your net operating income. You know what? That's where it really lies. So the other one I wanted to talk about was IGPK. By the way, Gene's going to come on the show in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. So you'll be able to ask him questions. I'm going to have some questions for him. Reach out to me at buffalofiresidechats@gmail.com and give me questions for Gene. All right. The IGPK is one I'm completely excited about. I got it in at 0007. It was my best buy-in really that I've made so far. Especially if, things continue. I mean, it settled at 2, which was nice. I pulled back on my share count a little bit to get right. And I pulled back a little bit before it dipped at 18 to get my kegs. But I'm still holding a million plus shares, and I'm not touching those. Those are completely long term. And I'm going to be very clear and honest with you guys in regards to my selling points, and if I do reduce my share count. But I may actually buy more IGPK on the dip. My mark for that is 15. All right, so if I want more IGPK, that's where I would hit it, and I didn't get that opportunity this week. So Vorb, any chance going up? VORB? VORB. Let me just take a look real quick. Up you guys. Just email me if you have any questions or like real legitimate DD. I hope you guys email me this stuff, because like sometimes I could use a hand with it. You know what I mean? Like, just like sometimes I miss something. So I'm not asking you to do my job. I'm just asking, always contribute. And if it's anything of substance, I will give it a look. VORBQ. VORBQ. Field sign. Yeah. 10 cents. Security details. Not available. Yeah, a lot of these not available. Private board. Wouldn't doubt it. Business description not available. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. I don't know what it does. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta dig more on this one. No company profile though. Not many security details at all. Sorry, I forgot to do the screen share on that, but you get the gist. The more information, the better. I don't know. That's it. I really only wanted to do a 15-minute update, but thank you guys for letting me ramble for the last 40 minutes. I appreciate you guys. If you're feeling frisky, hit the thanks button. Buy me a cup of coffee if you'd like Mars Anomaly said. If you're into sci-fi stuff, if you're into like any of that stuff, check out Mars Anomalies and Beyond. That channel is unbelievable. That guy breaks down Mars rover footage, which is so cool. That's one thing that it fascinates me a lot, and that's one little fact about the E-Rock here, is that I do love sci-fi. I like that kind of stuff. So give his channel a shot, and if you like whiskey, I'm telling you, Whiskey Bonded has the best whiskey shorts on YouTube. Really, really good stuff. So that's all I got. You guys have a great day. Have a great Saturday night. That's all I got. All right. Remember, there's more that binds us than breaks us, guys. Have an awesome night. Peace out, guys. Woo!